So how do you get anchored when you don't know how? When you don't know what to do? When you can't afford to do it? And you don't trust yourself or the people around you to keep you from drowning? Sometimes my life was 2 rooms, 8 people, and a half of a bathroom. Our extra bathroom was an orange Home Depot bucket with a toilet seat sitting on top of it, which means that you need to go pour some water in it, go dig a hole outside to pour the contents out in it. I'm talking about 2005, but I decided to take that biblical principle and apply it to my whole life. Getting anchored looks like knowing what to do now, next, and later. There is an order of operations from my struggles of turning the last $5 that we had for dinner one week into millions of dollars. And guys, I cannot make this stuff up. You don't need resources. You need revelation.
Hey, I heard a term recently. You got dirt roads to happiness and highways to disappointment. It should be the other way. Like you should have highways to happiness. That's what the anchor is. It's everything you talked about. Like I got a highway. If I follow these principles, it's guaranteed. That's a highway. We flipped that joint and we got all kind of highways. This going wrong. Like you said, the margin for error. This going wrong. That going wrong. That going wrong.
Yeah, and I think, Carl, the word that comes to mind is intentionality.
If you're not intentionally trying to be wealthy, you're going to accidentally be broke. And apply that to every other area of life.
One more time.
If you're not intentionally trying to have a happy marriage, you're going to accidentally end up with a broke marriage.
So I'm just saying, what you're talking about in this formula is intentionality for you choosing a spouse, for you keeping a happy marriage, for you doing your real estate portfolio, for you building a business. You should have these benchmarks. And when you live with intentionality, now you increase your margin for error.
Secret to Success podcast, baby.
Previously on the Secret to Success podcast.
People don't have, margin for error, right? Bro, you 1 bill away from being broke. You 1 bill away from being broke, dog. You 1 injury away from taking you out. And when you living that close in everything you do, bro, you ain't got no equity, bro. You looking, you counting every penny. So you ain't got no equity in your marriage and y'all fighting, you looking at every argument. Every argument is possibly the last one. You know, when you ain't got no equity, bro, when it come to your health, you 1 cheeseburger away from literally, dog, having a heart attack, bro. And that's why it's important to create the vision, be a forward thinker.
I really do think that people who live so tight on the margin for error do have a belief that life is only happening to them.
So I saw somebody that when they're with me, I saw how they was acting, and then I saw them when they weren't with me. And I was like, oh, you got it twisted. Okay, you got it twisted. You don't understand the anchor. Like, you don't understand
What
why
does that
I
mean?
moved
What you
the
mean
way
when
I
they was
moved.
with you and they weren't with you?
So there are people who let's just say they are around us, right? And they see, okay, he don't do this and he don't do that, right? So they like, oh, okay, so I'm not going, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to talk that talk. But when, see, this is what I love about my mom. When my mom on, my mom.
Same energy.
Okay, but watch this though, Ma. Watch this.
Same
This is what I'm trying to tell her. So I told my mother, I said, Ma, when you write the book, here's the anchor when you write a book. Here's the anchor, right? Here's the anchor. My mom was like, F the anchor.
Please let that be the name of this pod.
F the anchor.
Yeah.
You feel me?
It's just F the anchor. F-D-A
You know what I'm saying?
F stands for forgive, right?
F the right.
Right. And so what happened, Ma, the book didn't do as well as she wanted it to do. And then my mom was like, what happened? I said you didn't go
Life
with
jacket.
the anchor.
Yeah.
Like what you chose to focus on. I felt you on that, but that was driven by your feelings. So you wrote a book about feelings. You didn't write a book about principles, right? And so everybody in their feelings, they don't need no help being in their feelings. They need help getting the principles that they need to get. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so one of the things I want to share with y'all, watch this, y'all. I'm going to just share this with y'all. I'm talking about Patreon. I'm going to share this with y'all because I want to make it plain. So let's just say.
Everybody listening, but
Yeah.
to
But
Patreon
I'm saying
live.
I'm on Patreon. They live. I want them to hear this.
Yeah, come on.
So I just want to break it down practically. And we're not talking about sports, but one of the most successful coaches in the NFL and one of the mentor coaches to a lot of the other coaches that's doing very well in the league, Ma. His name is Bill Parcells, right? I was fortunate to sit down with Sean Payton. And when I sat down with Sean Payton, he called Bill Parcells. He's like, he's the godfather. Like, this is the person that's responsible.
Yeah.
And so these are all dudes that's like offensive minded, right? So I started doing my homework on him, right? So here's his anchor, Maul. So because he is a offensive minded person, Maul, guess who his first recruit is? What's the first position that he's concerned
Quarterback.
about? Bruh, it's the anchor. Here's what he says. He says, first, right? I think there are 5 things he said. First, I just want to show y'all the anchor. Even before we get there, I want you to start practicing. So I want you to write down what you know your anchors to be. And to Carl's point, a lot of you chasing money or whatever, you don't have an anchor. What are the things that you would do that have nothing to do with the things you're going to get, right? So these are his quarterbacks.
You don't say that slow. Wow.
Yeah.
What are the things you're going to do?
That have nothing to do with the things you're going to get. So these are the quarterback. We don't know which quarterback he's going to get. We don't know what the quarterback is going to do game to game.
Yeah.
But here's what is his anchors as he's thinking about the most important position, right? Here's what he said first. He must be a senior. So scouts could evaluate a full body of work. So that's his first anchor. This don't have nothing to do with
He must be a senior in college?
Yeah, a senior. So his thing is you need to be a senior, right? Okay. And what he wanted was graduates. So he felt like he needed graduates. One, they did not skip the process.
Yeah.
They went the full 4 years, got their degree. They're committed. Not to just the game, but they're committed to the process. This is his first anchor. His second anchor was they must have started at least 30 games. So he wants to see them play 30 games so he can see a full body of work, right? And that's why when you get in these relationships and you start having sex before, it taints you. There's nothing wrong with it. God gave us the body, and the way the body feels, God gave us that. But he's saying there's some things that you could do that will taint it, where if you do certain things, you're going to see red flags, but you're going to say it's the circus, as Didi say. And it's not the circus. That's a red flag. But you overlook. But notice when people get married, oh, she crazy. You done said that after 2 kids. You done said she crazy after y'all done lost all your.
She was
crazy.
saying while y'all was dating.
She was crazy when you were, but you didn't, you couldn't see it because you wasn't looking at the full body of work. You were just looking at that night's body of work.
No doubt.
Yeah, does that make sense?
Ooh, you was just looking at that body.
You was just looking at the body. You wasn't looking at the body of work.
Not the full body.
I'm talking about the full
No,
body.
I'm looking at the body.
You look at, You didn't,
that wasn't the problem.
Yeah. You with no research, no homework. I'm just saying when we get in a relationship, then we start saying, I can't believe her mama. She just like her mom. Well, it was the mama had been there when you had first got. Well, the mama was been there, and the last 3 you could have interviewed, but you didn't want to interview because. So he said, I need a full body of work, at least 30 games. They must have won at least 23 of those games. He said they must have. Well, that's deep, Maul. He said they must have completed at least 60% of their passes. These are all anchors.
This
for him.
It's a formula, bro.
This is a formula. That's what we try, and we're gonna walk y'all through ours when we get there, right? Must have thrown at least 2,500 passes, right? Here go the crazy part, y'all. Watch this. Here go the crazy part. Man. Okay, so I just want to show y'all this. This is crazy. I sent this to Carl. Like, you got to make this into something for me. Listen to me, y'all. This is crazy. Listen to the names. And y'all probably don't even know some of these people in here. Troy Aikman, check.
Come on, come on.
Troy Aikman, check.
Surprise.
Jim Plunkett, check. 2 Super Bowl champion with the Raiders.
Yeah.
Check. How many Troy Aikman get? 3 Super Bowls. Check. Steve McNair.
Shout out to Aaron McNair.
Yep. Aaron McNair. Yep. NFL, MVP, Super Bowl appearance, beloved leader.
Yep.
Right? Donovan McNabb. Check.
Wow.
This is crazy.
Campbell
Ben
soup.
why you said?
Roethlisberger.
Check. 2 Super Bowl champions.
Wow.
Russell Wilson. Check.
Super Bowl
Super Bowl champion. Tom Brady.
Come on.
The only thing with Tom Brady was he only had 25 starts. Remember, he wanted 30.
Yeah.
But guess what? The other ones, check for the other ones. I'm just saying, we picking wise for our kid. We ain't no.
Do Charlie Batch. Let's see what. Shout out to why did I do that? Shout out to Charlie Batch, one of my favorite
That's
Lions
our boy.
quarterbacks.
That's my boy personally.
Oh no,
though.
I'm saying I got love for him. I didn't know. I thought he checked. I thought check. He just checked.
I'm just
Chuck
trying.
had them stats, bruh. Shout out to Lions legend.
Joe Montana.
Rodney
Check.
Rodney P.
He called out all the Lions.
Andre Ware.
I don't know.
Scott Mitchell. check.
John Elway.
Dang.
Check. He only played 23 games, but he was with Stafford. But all the other stuff, check.
Wow.
This is why you need to be a comment. Look, you jumped out there. You didn't jump out there. You the anchor for your whole family. But you don't have an anchor, and you don't have your anchors. You just making whatever it is you're doing your priority, but you don't have those things in the backdrop that are protecting you and protecting all your assets. That's all.
Hey, I heard a term recently. We was doing the moving past potential call, and somebody said on there, you got dirt roads to happiness and highways to disappointment. It should be the other way. Like you should have highways to happiness. That's what the anchor is. It's everything you talked about. Like I got a highway. If I follow these principles, I'm going to get me a great quarterback. If I follow all of these numbers, it's guaranteed. That's a highway. We flipped that joint and we got all kind of highways. This going wrong. Like you said, the margin for error. This going wrong. That going wrong. That going wrong.
Yeah, and I think, Carl, the word that comes to mind is intentionality.
Yeah.
You know, what he's talking about, that's very intentional.
Very intentional.
Like, I'm going to be real. I don't think nobody 400 pounds woke up and was just like, yo, you know what?
Smashing.
By 2025,
I'm going to be out of control.
No, I'm saying I don't think they didn't have the system of like, I get up at this time, water, workout, you know, this what I eat. Like, I don't, shout out to Rob Wilson. Carl, give me the quote. Rob got the best quote ever. If you're not.
Let's start.
Oh, if you're not intentionally.
If you're not
All right.
intentionally
That's why I
trying to
said
be
Carl.
wealthy, I got you. If you're not intentionally trying to be wealthy, you're going to accidentally be broke.
Yeah.
And apply that to every other area of life.
One more time.
If you're not intentionally trying to have a happy marriage, you're going to accidentally end up with a broke marriage.
So I'm just saying, what you're talking about in this formula is intentionality in a system, right? So again, what does that look like for you choosing a spouse, for you keeping a happy marriage, for you doing your real estate portfolio, for you building a business? You should have these benchmarks. And when you live with intentionality, now you increase your margin for error.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what it's really about. And so, evaluating life, when do you look at stuff and go, all right, because like you said, bro, I promise you, I'll be looking at people who get divorced like, when did it happen?
Yeah.
Like at one point, you got in front of everybody and looked them dead in their eyes.
Yeah, it happened before you got married.
No, I'm just saying, you looked them dead in the eyes.
But it happened before you got married.
I want this forever. And then you was together for 10 years and was
before,
like, I
bro.
can't do it no more.
It happened before. It didn't happen when it happened, as Maul says. It didn't happen
No,
when it happened.
I think some people, you don't think people could drift apart? No anchor drift.
No.
Just drift
So
apart.
here's what I'm saying. And I
I'm
want to
saying,
make sure.
so you don't believe that people who got married and had a good foundation.
Listen to me. I don't believe the majority of us have good foundations because that's not what we focus on. I just don't believe it. I don't believe that most of us.
So anybody who got divorced started on a bad foundation?
Here's what I believe. I believe that most of us, there's some of us who are happily married and we was building the foundation as we was going. I don't believe everybody started off with a great foundation.
No, not at all.
I believe some of us was like, oh no, this ain't so what I'm saying to you is
it's always going to be a work in progress.
Yeah, but I'm saying when I look at Maul in the 70-30, Maul, I'm just being real, Maul. I started off knowing how I didn't, when you know one of the craziest things Maul does that's like so simple and people be like, bro, get out of here with that foolishness. That's really the game changer. Maul be like, how much does it cost to be you? 90% of people don't know. They had the slightest idea. It's like no intentionality. You just Okay, leave that alone, E. Slow down, relax. Don't say that. All right, here we go. Stay focused. So, Maul, when you say how much does it cost to be you, I just don't think most people are even starting there because we're starting with the vessel. Like we're literally, you say this a million times, Maul, we're not even talking about the rebar. We just, everybody wanted the TV, everybody want the chandelier, everybody want the shiny stuff. And TJ said something so, I keep going back to that message, I apologize. For those of you who watch it again. TJ said, this is how drifting will kill you. TJ said, most of y'all want stuff that y'all don't even want. He's like, bro, you don't even want that. Yeah. You just around somebody who has an anchor and you see how it look on them and then you going, I want that. TJ was like, bro, most people don't even want what they think they want. You don't even want that. So to go back to how much it costs to be you, what I'm trying to tell you, see, is most people don't look at the anchor and go, I'm about to study the anchor. I'm about to put up millions of dollars into the anchor. I'm about to make sure I got the best anchor in boating and shipping. Most people when they go see, they looking at the vessel. And so it's like as soon as you look at the vessel and you have no honor or no respect, bro, this is why to me, I'm not telling everybody they need to do this, but this is why the word is so important. Bruh, I was reading the word and it would say honor your mother and father. And I was like, yo, God, people may look at me as a Christian, but I got a crack in my anchor because I don't honor my father. I don't honor my mother. I don't. So if you looking at me, you might have been like, oh, E, you know what I'm saying? He don't seem like a bad person. I see him and his mom talk. Bro, it was conversations I ain't had with my mom that I need to have with my mom. That's not honoring my mom. Lying and feeling a certain type of way about her and some of the stuff she did. If I'm not saying nothing to her, I'm lying. So it's like, but you might look at, oh, E mom at their crib in Cali. Oh, E didn't put his mom up. You know how easy it is to put somebody in a resort than it is to have a real conversation and really talk the truth about, bro, I wasn't honoring my mother. I wasn't having real conversations. I wasn't telling her how I felt about what she did and what happened with me and my kid. We were having real conversations. That's not an anchor. That's a vessel. And so God is like, okay, when the storm hit, it's going to kill y'all or it's going to be super disruptive because you're not really honoring. And bro, I promise you more on life because the Bible is one of my anchors. Yeah. The Bible is one of my anchors. It was 2 years ago. I was in New York talking to a bunch of kids and they was like, how are you shutting these kids down in New York? Like you got these kids in New York locked in. Bruh, I'm looking like the man. Chick come to me. I don't even know her. Chick comes to me afterwards, Maul, we leave and she said, E.T., I said, what's up? She said, honor your mother. I said, what? I didn't even say nothing to her, Maul. I said to myself,
F the anchor.
I said, what did she just say?
Yeah, right.
And I got in the car, Maul. I got in the car. I was on the solo and I was going back to the hotel to get Dee. And I said, God, what does that mean? He said it means what it means.
So who was she?
I was just about to ask. Is random?
She worked for the school, Maul. I don't know who she was, meaning she did work for the school and was a part of the whatever. She got up and did her poem and the kids loved her. So I think she was a counselor or something. She locked it down. She just walked up to me randomly. It was like, honor your mother.
Wow.
And I got in the car and bro, I'm not saying y'all Patreon. I'm saying there are those of us who are not right, Maul. Like we still got some growing to do. And what we do when somebody say something to us is we get defensive or we show them what we are doing. And I was in the car like, God, come on. This is my mom. I do this, and that. And God was like, don't play with me. Honor your mother, son. Honor your mother. You're not being real with your mom. You're not being honest with your mom. Honor your mother. There's some conversations that you need to have, and there's some things you need to do for your mom that you're not doing.
Do you feel like, okay, real quick, so I just want to make sure that we're following. Don't lose where you're going. But I'm saying when you say honor, right, you think honor, you do think doing things for that person.
Absolutely.
So you're saying honor in this regard was having a conversation for whose sake, yours or hers?
Both.
For the relationship.
Because I'm not being honest.
I'm saying, but what if it was just something you wanted to get off your chest?
I didn't want to get off my chest. I ain't say nothing to the lady. The lady came to me in the spirit of the Lord and said,
No, I'm talking about your mom. I'm saying for you, like, how did you know that's what it was?
I knew what it was because I knew it was a conversation that I needed to have with my mom that I wasn't having. Oh, and it's, you know,
but I'm saying,
crazy?
did you feel like that, or you felt like she needed to, like, you know what I'm saying? Because
No,
that could be one side. She might have felt like we good.
I'm saying this is my mother. I know we ain't 1,000%, Maul.
You know.
You feel me? Yeah. So, Maul, it should be 70-30. It was 80-20.
Yeah, okay.
It was 80-20.
Yeah.
Right? And so then my mom said to me when we started having the conversation, my mom was like, man, praise God. And I was like, oh, why would you say praise God? She's like, yeah, because I know we talk and all of that, but I kind of feel like because of what I did to you, you ain't never really got over it. She's like, I could tell sometimes, like you, like me and Didi talk, you would call me, but it's like you ain't really, you know what I'm saying? I was like 1,000%. I do still have some, you know what I'm saying? Like I do, like not on no whatever, but I do feel like there's some things, like I'm not saying current as in this podcast, but if it was 6 months ago and it was current, there were some things that made me not reach out to you on a consistent basis. Yeah. And
wait, are you saying from back then, or are you saying that's what I don't want to get too much in the business. I just want to make sure we understand what you're saying.
So say it again.
No, I'm saying, are you still talking about from when she didn't tell you who your father was? Or are you saying just stuff that had been taking place
some
throughout?
Stuff that has been
but
taking
had you
place.
gotten over that, or was that still lingering as a part of it?
I don't know. I'm not
and
sure.
the only reason I'm asking is because
know.
I didn't know if you felt freed up at one point and then stuff started coming back around. And
I never not felt free. I will say this. I did feel like with my mom, and y'all seen her on the podcast, I felt like my mom was more so like on my dad, like your dad didn't do this, your dad didn't do that. And it was like, I still feel like it's some stuff you could have done that you're not talking about, that you could have done, that you don't owe me that, but I feel like it's in the way of me not being able to be transparent all the time. And I do. I want to be in a situation where it's like, I can always be transparent. You my mom. So if you do something that I don't think is right or I don't like, I should be able to say it to you. And it shouldn't be we shouldn't feel funny about it. Or I shouldn't feel like, should I be saying this to my mom? It's like, why would you feel like that's if your mom? Like y'all should be able to talk about anything and she should know if it's off guard, like, oh no, it was not that. And so when the lady said it, I know God wouldn't have told me to do it. So for me, Mark, what God is saying, if you can't have a conversation with your mom, it don't mean y'all don't have a relationship, but it means there's a gap there that the enemy at any point can use that gap to destroy your relationship.
Margin of error.
Or something happens. Yep. And so it was like, it's a margin of error on the wrong side. Mm-hmm. And it was like, hold up, E, how do you know this exists? And you don't, and my mom had never said to me, Maul, she had never said to me, yo, I know you love me. I know that for a fact, but I still feel like you hadn't let it go, you know? And I was like, oh, okay, why you feel like that? But I didn't even ask her. I asked myself, and I'm like, you know why she feel like that? Because of the way you approach her. Like, you don't necessarily pick up the phone and call her 24/7. Like I do go, all right, it's the third day. I ain't talked to my mom. And even when I would talk to her, it was like 15, 20. It wasn't just flowing for hours. Yeah. And so she was right. And I was like, all right, we got to talk about it. So for me, when I talk about parcels in this list, it's like, yo, the Bible is that list for me. Honor your mother and father. So it does not matter how you feel about your mom or what y'all been through. It doesn't matter. You have to honor the word. And the word says, honor your mother. And I think what we do is we get to 70-30 and we don't honor the 730. We don't honor it. It's like, it's almost more like it's a suggestion. God says, I'm not suggesting that you honor your mother and father, son. This is not a suggestion. I know that it's a conversation you didn't have with your mom. Don't come talk to me. Don't come pray. Don't do none of that. Don't come to me with that. I will forgive you of your debts as you forgive your debtors, period.
You know, it has always two sides, because you're saying to honor your mother thy father, but why? What does it say after that?
Because your life, let me just say this, it's a bunch of blessings that come with that.
There's a bunch of blessings that come with it.
So when you don't do it, you can't give me a good excuse for why you're not doing it. It says honor. It didn't say if your mom say what you wanted to say. More importantly, the Lord is showing me like, yo, you didn't honor your father that raised you. You didn't honor him. There are things that have, so there might be something, he's like, Eric, I got you. But it's like, you don't initiate certain things. So God was like, you're not honoring your father. Like, I know you kind of grew up with, you got to a point, it was like, yo, that ain't my father. God said, I don't care. This is why you don't go with your feelings. I don't care about your feelings. This is the person that gave you his last name. This was the person that got up and went to work every day on your behalf. I don't care how you feel. It doesn't care. I don't care. I've never asked you about your feelings. I said, honor thy mother. I didn't stop with mother because y'all don't got a problem with mothers, seem like in this generation. You know what I'm saying? Y'all cool with your mom. But when it come to y'all dads, y'all might not have that same natural intentionality. There is an intentionality with your mom. You feel me? And so God was saying with your dad, bruh, you gotta stop. Like, don't do that. I need you to do X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, I got it. And I promise you, I can see more by doing what I've done. I can see the manifestation of it, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Hey fam, you heard us talk about anchors, margin for error, and why so many people are drifting without stability in their money, marriage, health, and fame. Join us September 20th, the Anchor Conference, Atlanta, Georgia, as we go even deeper into what it truly means to be anchored. Get your tickets today and experience it for yourself, because without anchors, you drift.
When you come to this conference, I really want to spend some time with y'all because I really need you to get to honor. When you honor the 70-30, you have to understand there's certain blessings that come with honoring the 730. Absolutely. I don't care what's going on in the economy. You don't get to go. And this is why I was like, yo, with Eve, and I'm going to preach about it, this is why it's dangerous. When you don't have an anchor, the devil knows you don't have one. He know you ain't got one. And so what he does is he start questioning you. And he's questioning you because he know you already don't know. And so because you don't know, now he really about to get you on some crazy stuff. So it's like, no, did he say you was going to really die? Is that what he said? Brother, it should have been, first of all, it shouldn't have been a conversation. Okay, and let me tell y'all why I say this, right? You got to go back to decision making. You got to go back to your principle. Most of y'all, and C and I have never spoke on this, but we about to start speaking on it with the 20-year anniversary. Here's what y'all have to understand. Y'all think it's the speaking and all of that. It's not. It is the conversation that we had when we did the Bill Parcells boy. And the Bill Parcells boy was, we are not going to let any human come between us. There's a conversation we had. That could be your mama, that could be, watch this, y'all. This thing is so deep that the relationship with me and CJ started not with CJ. Y'all know the story. But C was actually honoring his father. Do you understand the way the relationship started was the person he looked to and admired the most was the person that said, this is who you should be? Do you understand that if we are in union together, I'm just trying to show y'all anchors. Do you understand that as soon as CJ father said, yo, this is the man you need to follow, and call him getting on his nerves, he was saying to CJ, this is going to be an anchor for you. Do you understand if you rocking with me and your father don't really like me, do you understand what that's going to do to the relationship? Bruh, and it don't got nothing to do with us. That's what we be getting confused. It's a principle. I don't care how his mom felt. It don't matter. His father said, go up to that school, whatever. Because of the way his father started it. Do you understand how easy it is for him from that point forth? You understand if your father ain't feeling or your mother ain't feeling it? You understand the tension, internal tension you're going to go through? You understand the internal tension is going to keep you from? That's why when I say, bro, driven, you have to understand when I say be a pilot only goes in one direction, bro. When you're a pilot, you can't fly north and south at the same time. And what messed most people up is you flying south, you flying. So you saying, I want to do this, but then you going, the people that are close to me ain't really feeling this. Bro, you going in two different directions. He only had to go in one direction. His father said do it. He respect his father. His father said do it. He doing it. And it's because that's his father, no other human can come now and go, hey, C, I think you need to leave E. Or C, I don't think E is doing right by you. Or C, I don't, what did my man say? You better check your marriage certificate because if E married you, it might not be, bruh, C ain't even entertaining it. Right. C like, bruh, who are you? Bruh, first of all, you didn't put none of these trees out here. You're not responsible for none of the trees. All you're trying to do is disrupt the blessing that God has given me. So I'm just trying to show y'all when I say anchor, we started with his father being the anchor. right? And then when he came to me, I went with the father, like C. And I don't know why I did it with C. You know what? It was probably easier to do it with C because C had already been getting it. Because his father had already been, it was probably easier for me to be able to tell him the truth.
I'll be like, I'm the only one who didn't get the kindler, gentler. He don't say nothing to nobody. I'm talking about, bro, I'm like, but I ain't know that back then. I just thought because you hear how he talk. This the thing, me and Kansas was like, if he ain't gonna get you like now, the old E. Old E would never get you just like this. I'm talking about, hey, he was just gonna get you from stage. However he felt, he was gonna preach about. I'd be like, E, how he was taking baseball bats to heads on stage and then get off and look at somebody and be like, oh, what's up? You good? Oh, hey. I'll be but for whatever reason with me, I'm talking about he was shutting me down. I'm talking about like aggressive.
He could receive it.
I know, but I'm just like, I was always like, oh, okay, cool. But then I started being like, why you ain't say nothing to them? Why ain't
but they couldn't receive it. But I'm saying it's the way, it was the order. It was the 70-30. So he came in with father. He came in with his father co-signing it. He came in, Bogan, Sexton, like all of it. Everything. Bogan was like, I was like, Bogan, I know his father said, but I'm here with you, Bogan. He was like, oh, no, father solid. Oh, Quinny boy solid. You good. You feel what I'm saying? And so I'm saying it made it easier where if your father might be like, I don't know, it don't mean you don't do it, but it's still tension because you like kind of like who's right, who's wrong. And so I'm saying to y'all that anchor, and then me and C pull each other to the side and was like, hey, no money, no females, no, I don't care what happened. We're going to sit down and talk to each other. You could be right or wrong. Nobody from the outside is going to say we right or wrong. We're going to decide what the thing is, and then we'll move forward. And so it was that anchor that kept the ship when stuff would be going crazy. That's what the thing, I was like, hey, C, whereas, look, bruh, there are people who we had on the squad, let's just say C hired. And there would be people saying to me like, and I got it, it makes sense. Like, why would he hire him or why would he do that? And I'd be like, I won't question CJ. I'm not gonna question him. I don't know why he did it. And I was like, here go the reality. He could be wrong. You ain't never not made mistakes and I ain't never not made mistakes. It don't mean when he make a decision that every decision he gonna make is gonna be good, but I'm not going to question his decisions. Why? He's the best decision maker on the team. So why would I even question that? And I know his heart and I know his motives. Now, when you ask me why we hired that person, I don't know your motives. I don't know what your motives, because we never made no commitment to each other. We ain't never, you know what I'm saying? We ain't never spiritually interlocked. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We ain't never Jonathan and David. You know what I'm saying? The Bible says it. And Jonathan loved David more than he loved the female. And they wasn't on no, it was just saying that covenant. And so our anchor was, we made that covenant to each other. And once that covenant was made, it was like, okay, let's go. Like, let's go. Like, I don't care right, wrong. I don't care what happened. Let's go. And I had a different energy once I saw that anchor. And I could talk to my wife in a certain way, like, no, see, he got us. Like, I promise you, because they'll be like, well, what if I said, boo, I promise you, if I die, he got you. You ain't got to worry about that. Jalen and Jada, you ain't got to worry about that. He got us. And so when you have somebody that you know got your back like that, it just when you got an anchor, bruh, you can take that boat out as far as you want to go. It's just when you ain't got no anchor, bruh, you got to keep that boat to the extent that you can swim back. I'm just saying, you know, I can swim this far. So I'm going to go out this far and I ain't going out no further. And so that's why for some of you, you don't go out any further because you don't have an anchor and you just, okay, I can swim here. But, bro, when you got that anchor, bro, you could take that yacht out into the middle of the ocean, bro, and you know you're going to be, guess what happens? And I can't say this, like I ain't no captain, so I can't, just be like, I know this for a fact. But if you want to take it out and you want to stop it, how do you stop it? You bring the anchor down, and that boat is right there.
As you were talking, I was just thinking, on the small boats, the anchor is connected usually by a rope.
Yeah.
So again, let's think the connectivity to the anchor is another topic that we got to dive into because on them bigger boats, I don't know if you ever seen them jokers, but it's a chain, bro. And I'm talking about like them chain.
It's like rebar, bro.
It's rebar.
It's like rebar, bro.
So one other piece though. How long is your chain? Because, bro, I'm just saying, if you drop the anchor and it don't hit the bottom, is it doing its job?
Yeah.
So we got to think that through too in terms of connectivity. Whatever it is, back to you and your mom, whatever the connectivity is to the anchor, you got to protect that like you protect the anchor.
And the anchor was a lie. The anchor, the whole relationship started off a lie. Yeah. That ain't your father. This is your father. The whole thing started off, bruh. And so for years, it's been tough trying to get it back because it's like, whatever. My sisters is like, yo, we didn't know. My sisters didn't know. Like, that ain't your father. We thought that was mine. Why? Then you start seeing it happen in our family more than once. And it's like, hold up. Is this like a tradition? You know what I'm saying? So for me, God was like, yeah, you cool with your mom. Like, you ain't got no beef. But you got to go back to the anchor and be like, Mom, we started off wrong, if that makes sense.
And I'm just trying to ask this for people who because I can feel people wanting to know this from you, E. Like, what do you do when that person don't give you what you want out of that conversation? Like, when you trying to get that anchor back and you go back and they be like, well, look, I did what I had to do. You don't like it. Tough.
Yeah, but
like,
you don't need them.
I'm just saying, but you're trying to get that
but
anchor
you don't need
back
them.
in.
You just need to know the anchor. Like you don't need to know.
But I'm saying in terms of that relationship, your mom didn't say that. But if I went to my mom and said, all right, I'm about to confront her, we're about to have this conversation, God told me to have it, and then you don't get what you want.
Well, that's
now
you.
the anchor is
but see, that's the problem.
You're still drifting in that
you're
relationship.
Not drifting. You're not drifting. You are in the flesh, and you on the vessel. You're not on the anchor. My mother's not the only one that knows the story. My mother's not the only one that knows what happened. My mother's not the only one. My mother's not the only one that can walk me through whatever. And that's why I told y'all when the book was written, it blew my mind because having my mother write the first chapter of UOU helped me to understand the anchor. It ain't even my mom. My grandmother's mom died when she gave birth to her. So my grandmother never had the maternal instinct. She never had that love. Yep. So my grandmother was the one that was kind of started the whole, having babies young and whatever. That was my grandmother. That wasn't my mothers and aunts picked up on. Yeah. So I didn't even really need my mom. Now it'd be better to go to my mom because she's the closest to me with the story. But my aunts know some stuff. You know what I'm saying? I got cousins that know some stuff. The other side knows some stuff. My aunties, my grandma, they know some stuff. So that's why I said be careful because most of us, I want to make money. You don't make money making money. You don't make money making money. Like if we can go out and print money, like go outside and print money, you don't make money making money. You make money by having a set of principles and standards, and then you go after or philosophy, right? And so when we talk about y'all, the reason why we want y'all there is because y'all are the anchor, meaning that you wake up and go, I'm going to be responsible. Not everybody in your circle of influence is willing to take on responsibility. So you're not looking for the vessel to tell you about the anchor. Now you might go to the ship because, Maul, the ship can inform you, to your point, Carl, how long, how tall is the anchor. But at the end of the day, I don't need my mom. I know, and matter of fact, here's what's crazy. My mom, and I feel sorry for my mom because I messed up. I thought I needed my mom only. My mom, because of some of the stuff that happened to her, she needed me too. Yeah. And that's where we go wrong because you're so selfish that your whole life you focusing on your mama's supposed to be your mom and your dad. No, at some point they need you to come back on some reciprocity stuff and help them to grow in areas that they did the best that they could. So now for my mom, it's my time to come and go, Ma, why did you feel the need to do that? Okay, cool. I ain't mad at you. Now, in today's society, what do you need to shift? Because there's some stuff you want, but you can't get it doing this. So what do you want, right? And even, y'all know I just got a call. Jada had just hit me up. And, and I was like, okay, Ma, new anchor. The old anchor is I'm doing a podcast. Yeah. Hit me back. Yep. I'm like, no, the new one's like.
Especially if Jada called.
Right, pick up the phone. right. And can I be honest? The reason why Jada called me is because the anchor has changed. Yeah. And that's why she calls me. She notices the anchor has changed.
That's good.
So she called me. And so I'm just kicking it with her. She's like, no, you on the podcast, call me back. I was like, absolutely not. I can sense you need me now. Let's talk. All right, bet. I'm out. Boom. And it's because, again, y'all got to catch it. The anchor changed and people know when the anchor changed, meaning what? The philosophy, the mindset, the whatever, it changed and spirits recognize spirits. So Satan recognized Eve is drifting. He recognized it. She drifting. She run around this. She ain't eating from it, but she walking around it. She looking at it. She's having some doubts about why I get to eat from all of these. What you trying to keep from me?
She had to be right
was there
next to it because he in the tree talking to her.
And it's in the middle.
It's in the middle.
And so God is good. I told y'all. Bro, I told you.
That make you think that wasn't even her first time.
Bro, it wasn't her first time on that, around
that
there.
wasn't her first
and
time.
he noticed that it wasn't her first time.
I'm still stuck there. See, no. You could have been a half a mile away from that, bro. You got the whole planet, whatever God gave you. And you
right up on it.
You right up on it.
Let me smell it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so he like, hold up. It seemed like you. So let me ask a bunch of questions here. Did God, whatever. And so it's like the anchor. She wasn't with God. What was her anchor? Whatever was up with Adam. I don't know what he was on.
What was Adam at?
Yeah. I don't know. Like when you read the Bible, people say different things, but when you read the Bible, it don't really say that he was gone or nothing. Like people always say he wasn't there. The Bible don't say he wasn't there. It don't say nothing.
Yeah.
It don't actually say nothing. So I don't want to make no assumptions of where he was, but wherever he was, she wasn't relying on her anchor no more. Him or God. And she was drifting now. Like, oh, okay, what's going on? My man was like, oh, you drifting. So let me ask you a question to see where you at. You should not surely die. And it's, oh, okay. She like, oh, I won't? He like, okay, good.
The way he worded that.
Yeah. Surely. You ain't gonna surely die. So she was like, oh, okay. I won't? He was like, no. Okay, then go. What you already wanted to do, I'm about to just talk you into what you already wanted to do. So go ahead and grab it and eat it. And then again, I said we have to be careful, y'all. That's why I want you at the conference. Because if you're drifting, drifters are going to notice you. And drifters are going to try to get you to drift more.
Absolutely.
If you are solid and you have a solid foundation, so I always say this, bro. And again, CJ, no, I don't have this issue no more. And I'm okay with being honest about I had it for however many years. I don't know, 50, I'm 54, so 54. I don't know.
3 1/4.
3 1/4. Okay, I don't know. But I always say this. People know not to step to Didi. It was something about me that made you feel comfortable coming to me. And I had to figure out what that was, and I had to kill it so you didn't feel comfortable coming to me no more. But nobody ever came to Didi like, Didi, we need 1,500. Didi, we need, nobody ever came to Didi. It's something about Didi. And Didi used to say to me all the time, she's like, yeah, you looking at him. Like, you looking at him. Like, Didi, like, when you walk, you see people. When I walk,
move.
We in New York, they not about to, you know how you go to the mall, and they be like, bro, try this. Didi,
Oh, you know, he be right over there getting a whole face.
He loving it. Tell me more about that.
No. Didi like, You know what I'm saying? So I would say this to y'all too. For those of you who don't have an anchor, get around people with an anchor because it won't take long to figure out what they're doing.
And you know what's
and
important
I peeped
about
out
that?
what Didi was doing.
What's so important about that? And when you said that, I just pictured this when, when we went on the yacht that I was just telling you about. They have a thing in Chicago, like Chicago Black Yacht Weekend.
Yeah.
All of the yachts that have anchors connect together. Wow. You pull up next to each other, and then you drop your anchor, you tie the rope.
Wow.
Next to the next boat, they drop the anchor.
What do the ones do that don't have an anchor?
They tie, but you gotta have an anchor in order to be part of it, right? But I was like, wow, that's powerful, bruh. Whenever you're around other people that's got anchors, it makes you even stronger. It turned us into like one big yacht because we was all anchored. Yeah. And so nobody said, you literally, dog, you just walk from one boat to the next boat, to the next boat, to the next boat. But you see the people that's drifting, they just out there and they cannot connect to the ones with the anchors. So no, that's, when you said that, I was like, wow.
Wow. Yeah.
All right. Listen, what?
No, I'm trying to be an anchor that I'm not.
He's about to wrap up the show?
No. I was about to do something that's not my business to do.
Well, you got to go ahead.
No, I promise you.
I'm just curious now. We here.
I was going to actually shift into talking about the Lions, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, please, E.
I was going to talk about how dope the Lions been to be since the season about to start. But you know
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
tell
saying?
you something. It's about to be a season.
What you think?
Bears put up 500 yards in one game in the preseason.
The who?
Bears.
Who's that?
I'm like, bruh, 500. I'm like, bruh, our old offensive coordinator. I don't know if it's just the preseason or not, but they putting in work.
So as long as they play the 9th string defense every time they go out there, you saying they're gonna be?
Listen.
I'm saying the first string was out for a minute.
You know what?
Then the second.
I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
Previous years on the podcast,
Yes.
CJ would reel me in, and I noticed the reason why he was able to reel me in is because the Bears wasn't anchored then. They wasn't anchored.
There was no anchor.
But now, we done been to the promised land. We as a people, and we anchored. So I ain't gonna say nothing.
We anchored. Yeah.
Bro, I'm gonna just let that
we
500-yard game speak for themselves.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. 4th string, 8th
I
string.
just want to know what's the bet for this year because I think I don't even know if y'all beat us like since you've been on the pod.
We beat you last year.
No, you didn't. No, you absolutely did not beat us.
Bears didn't win last year?
No, you did not beat us. No, you ain't beat us.
I was dreaming when I wrote this. Forgive me if I go too fast.
I was dreaming.
It was the vision.
It's to come.
That's what it
Make
is.
it plain.
I can't tell the difference between my visions and reality, bro. They so real.
They so real. Hallelujah.
Yeah, no, that boy said we beat y'all last year.
Was that the year before?
We 15-2 now.
They was close though at the Lions. I was at that game.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Man,
It went down
y'all
to the last.
won.
Yeah, we won.
And then y'all thought the time, and then my man.
Right. Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah.
I walked away, I think. Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Blake was close to losing his virginity, but he didn't. That's a Blake shot for you not being here on time. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Blake was here early. Blake left.
Okay.
Blake got here before you got here.
I ain't see him.
Take the joke back.
Take the joke back.
Take the joke back.
Look. Carl loved it.
And please keep it if that's the truth.
Do
not play around.
Anchor. Listen,
yeah,
so I just
stay
want to know,
anchored, young man. Stay anchored.
I just want to know what's the bet. We already got you wearing a Hutchinson jersey.
Yeah, what's
you want to do a jersey bet, hat? You want to do what do you want to do?
I don't have a Caleb. I don't have a
game, a season. What's the bet?
No, we going to a game, dog.
Yeah, so me and Trey a couple days. Me and Trey going to the home opener. Well, not home opener, away opener for the Lions and Packers. Shout out to my boy Ed who hit me up and was like, "Yo, got tickets. Me and my son going to the game. You and your son want to roll." I was like, "What? Lambeau Field?"
Packers,
So yeah, it'll be our first time at Lambeau Field.
That's a big one to go to.
Hey, we went to Soldier Field last year, and you know what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we was
you
out
almost
there.
got whooped. I had to drop them off, and I had to make sure they were good.
Yeah, because he was
what I'm
clowning in there.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, let me tell you something. I'll smack every Bears fan in there. They didn't want no. But hey, listen, by the end of the game, it was mostly Lions fans anyway. We
That's
was good.
only because it was
we
5
was deep
degrees
in
outside.
there. Yeah, we was deep in that.
Man,
joint.
best game. I went to the Texans game. That was the best.
Oh, that comeback.
That comeback.
Oh,
was
you know what's
strong.
crazy? I didn't even tell you. So, Netflix got it's called Quarterback. Remember, I sent you that video from Dan Campbell, but it's like called Quarterback. But anyway, Jared Goff is on there, right? And it's go through like the whole season, basically, like a documentary or whatever. And I was crazy. Me and Trey was watching it, and it was at the Bears game. And I told Trey, I was like, "Hey, pause it and see if you can find us." I promise y'all, I'm not joking. He hit pause right then and was like, "There we go, right there."
Oh, wow.
And you could see us on the Netflix documentary right there in the front row. 50. Shout out to Mike Fogle for them tickets too. My dog Mike hooked us up. So anyway, football season should be dope. I'm excited to see what them Lions are gonna do.
I'm excited
I believe
about Auburn, bro.
Auburn, come on. Shout out to Trail. You know what I'm saying? Auburn. We're going to be down there for a couple games. So this the best time of the year. Everybody undefeated. You know what I'm saying? The Bears get to feel like the Lions for one more week.
Hey, the Bears
You know what
was
I'm saying?
undefeated in preseason,
preseason.
though. Watch yourself. We just beat KC.
Okay. All right.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. Yeah,
Don't do that,
all
ball.
right.
Yeah, we went 4-0.
all the way
I think we went 0-16
0-16.
in the regular season. Yeah, I think
No.
we went 0-16.
I will say the Bears should be a lot better. Yeah, I told them I just started calling them Lions South. They got all our coaches. They got all our players. You
That's
know
the
what I'm
smart
saying?
thing to do, bro.
Hey.
They smart. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
They
Just
said
don't
what
just-
they doing for their anchor. I got mine. So no, shout out to all of y'all, man, and then shout out to all of y'all coming to the conference September 20th, Atlanta, Georgia, Anchor Conference. All right, We all will be in the building. Shout out to Alex, going to be in the building. Shout out to my wife, who is going to be in the building. You do not want to miss this. This is going to be one of them ones, and you get to come to church. And let me tell you something. Carl and Mark can attest.
100.
If you ain't seen E preach lately, I don't know what been going on in his spirit, but it's been going crazy. So we're going to have a church service early, and then we're going to clear people out, and we're coming back for the Anchor Conference right after, so you can get a 2-for-1, all right? So you want to be at both of these things, man. Make sure you go check it out.
Yeah.
But we will be in Atlanta.
Are we going to do the questions with them?
Yeah,
on
no. We got to do Patreon questions separate.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
They don't get to hear it?
Nah, they got to. Yeah, so that's the other thing. Make sure y'all get in
Okay, I ain't
Patreon.
know.
We got our Patreon audience live right here. We're about to do a little Q&A with them. And also, I got a vlog going on Patreon right now. You do not want to miss the vlog. I had so many people hitting me up about my diet. And, y'all know I do mostly keto, carnivore. And, I done lost 100 pounds and kept it off. And so everybody was like, hey, see, I got a lot of questions. So I'm not doing no health advice, but I am walking people through how I choose to do my thing and how I, live and how I eat when I'm on the road and all of those things. So I'm doing all of those things. I dropped episode 1 the other day. So join the Patreon if you want to see that. And also some other dope content, early access to the pod, stuff like that. So make sure you go to patreon.com, S2S podcast, and we'll see you there. Anybody else got anything? Everybody good? All right. Patreon audience, hold tight. We about to do a Q&A for the rest of y'all. We out of here. We love you. We'll see you next week.
Hey fam, you heard us talk about anchors, margin for error, and why so many people are drifting without stability in their money, marriage, health, and fame. Join us September 20th, the Anchor Conference, Atlanta, Georgia, as we go even deeper into what it truly means to be anchored. Get your tickets today and experience it for yourself, because without anchors, you drift.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul, with all your heart.
Thank you so much for rocking with us as always, right? We don't take it lightly, guys. And we hope that we've provided transformation and not just information. We want you to become the best version of yourself, right? Make sure you check out the show notes to access all the important links and get your product discounts. Now, one favor we're asking of you, do us this favor. Make sure you subscribe and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. We want to know your feedback on how we can serve you better. And if there's anyone that you think could benefit from listening to this show, please, I'm begging you, please share it with them. And remember, as E always says, if you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.